What's up, everybody? I've tried to record this a few times now and been unsuccessful, so hopefully this is the one that works. This is the hardest video I've ever recorded and probably the most important. I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about my mental health, and I want to talk about, you know, what you guys can do if you're going through something similar. My mental health has been up and down since the Royal Marines. It's been at its worst when I was in the Marines. It dipped for a bit and I was fine, and now it's come back again with the whole virus. Um, but it's still around. The depression, my depression and anxiety is horrific at some points, and it all stemmed from the Royal Marines. And I've never really told people the story of why my depression's so bad. And I've spoke to other Royal Marines about it, and they understand my story, and they are very accepting of it, and I love the Royal Marines for that. But what I went through was it sucked. It was shit. So let's talk about why my mental health dipped initially and when I first got depression. And basically, my whole life was dedicated to getting in the Royal Marines. I wanted to get my Green Beret. It's all I ever wanted, and I'm so proud that I did. More proud than you could ever imagine. When I got to a unit, for some reason there was this corporal that just didn't like me, and I remember getting to the unit and he just didn't like me. Like, literally, I'd never even met him, and he didn't like me for no reason whatsoever, and I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why. And he bullied me. He bullied me, this guy. And I'm almost certain he had issues himself. Which, this is why I'm not name dropping, because I hope he's healed and I hope he's a better person. But he got really bad. There was times where his friends, because he had so much influence on the unit and so much influence in the company and the troop, and I was in his troop, so everyone else teamed up with him without even knowing who I really was, and it got to the point where these other people in the troop would wind him up about me. They would send him texts pretending to threaten him to stop bullying me, even though I had nothing to do with it. There was one text that was supposed to be from my brother, what wasn't even from my brother. It was like someone texting being like, stop bullying my wee brother, as I'm gonna come and get you or something. And he threatened me, was like, is this your brother? And I was like, no, my brother would never say my wee brother, because he's not Scottish. Anyway, I digressed. There was little things like that that really kind of pushed the boundary and made me so scared to be in my own bed at a unit. I literally couldn't sleep. I literally couldn't sleep in my own bed. I just lay there with anxiety, thinking, is he going to come in and beat me up? And it got to a point where there was this company party. The whole company was there. And I didn't even speak to him. I was there just to, try. I was trying so hard to fit in. And he was there, and he beat me up right in front of everyone. And not a single person did a thing. In fact, the only thing that happened was I was told to leave. I was told to leave. And it absolutely destroyed me. It destroyed me. It really, really hurt me. It it made Jesus. It's really hard to talk about. This it destroyed me because I lost faith in the Royal Marines, and I lost faith in everyone around me. I didn't know who to trust anymore because no one wanted to step in. No one wanted to step in, and my career from the Royal Marines after that kind of dipped, and I ended up leaving. I left and had severe drinking issues. I was incredibly depressed, suicidal. I never told anyone, but I was suicidal and I had depression. Luckily, I had my family around me. I had my best friend Jake, who to this day I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And even though our coping mechanism was drinking together, we were together, and he was there for me. And I can never thank him enough for that. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where I'd be right now. And even though that was a band-aid, my wife was the cure. My wife was the person that came around, and she didn't cure the depression, because I feel like it's going to be there probably for the rest of my life, but she certainly put me in the right direction. I don't drink. I'm a good person. My anxiety is nowhere near as bad as it was, and even though I have depression, it's nowhere near as bad as what it was in the Royal Marines. I'm not suicidal in any way, but I'm severely depressed. So yeah, it's hard, guys. It's hard. And now 2020, 2021's come around, we have this new thing where we can't leave our houses, we can't go and see friends, we can't go to the pub, we can't go to the gym, we can't go for a meal. And it's hurting a lot of people. A lot of you out there are hurt right now, and a lot of you are struggling right now. And it's hard, guys. We're all in a bad spot right now. There's veterans out there who already have depression, and this is just piled on even more. And this hasn't helped me in any way. So if there's anything that's coming from this video, it's that hoping that me talking about my experience is going to inspire you to talk about your depression with someone, and hopefully reach out and get some help. It's really important that you get some help. I'm using an app right now called BetterHelp, which I guess is kind of like this online tool to speak to a therapist, and it helps a ton, just being able to text someone and vent, having someone to just listen. And I know that might not be accessible because you have to pay for it. It's definitely not accessible to everyone, but there are free things out there. There are people you can call, whether that's family members, friends, or even third-party people who you don't know. There is people out there to call if you're depressed, or even worse, if you're suicidal. Please contact someone and talk about it. If there's something I've learned over time when it comes to coping with my depression, is that talking helps. Talking helps. And my depression is something so unique and different, but at the same time, it's very similar to a lot of what you lot are going through. It's feeling isolated, feeling not in control, feeling alone, feeling like you can't trust anybody. But you can. And these little incidents, like my time getting bullied in the Royal Marines, are so minute compared to the greater time that I had with my Green Beret. I had some incredible times. I met some of the most incredible people, some of the most inspirational people you would ever think of in the Royal Marines. Like, there are people I met in the Royal Marines who I still today inspire. Like, I'm still inspired to just be a fraction. Like, Martin Stapleton, for instance, he was in training. He was a corporal while I was in training. He's now an MMA fighter. He owns his own gym. Robbie Gray, who was my corporal. There is a bunch of people in the Royal Marines who were my idols, and today I still aspire to be like them. And even though I had this horrible time at a unit, it's so minute on the greater thing. So minute. I've had people like Gendic Commando come over and talk to me about mental health, and we've had a good old chat. He's a good friend. And I'm rambling on here, guys. I'm rambling on, but what I'm trying to say is that there is goodness out there. There are good people out there that you can talk to. There are people you can look up to and be inspired to be like. And I hope if I can just inspire one person who's got depression right now to go and talk to somebody, then this video will be well worth making. So I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're working hard for your health, both physically and mentally. And let's just get through this, guys. Let's get through this. Let's get through this lockdown, this virus thing. And let's just try and have fun and be happy. And try and find normality. With that being said, my wife's made me some cookies. I'm going to eat these now that I finally got this off my chest, which I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. And yeah. Let's just be together. The original human community will stick together. We'll help each other out. We'll stay strong. You are not alone. I love you all. And let's just get through this, guys, okay? We can get through this. We're strong. I love you all. Have a great day. Goodbye.